Good morning this afternoon. Isn't it funny? Oh man. Oh, white, self-existing dog. Guided by the World Bridger. I just recorded. Okay, not too long, fortunately, but doesn't matter. Like at least 20 minutes or so, I guess, 10, 20 minutes. And I forgot to turn my phone off. So I got a phone call, so I had to do it all over. Can I love that? Oh, yeah. This happens to me on World Bridger days, or somehow where the World Bridger, white death, let go, surrender, release. When he is around, equalize opportunity, death. Have an equal opportunity to repeat myself. Yeah, we'll let it go. Now I get to start over. And it was already like a bit of a not so flowy start. That's how it felt. I'm not quite feeling the flow. And I don't have to. I can accept what is, be present with it, and see what shows up. I completely detach from the moment a moment ago. Today I do not have an hourglass. Do not have a storm in my hourglass. So it's funny, my mind comes up with imagery for whatever state I'm in. Now I had this image of the sand in the hourglass. I'm sitting on top of that sand. I'm trying to get to that center of the hourglass. And I have to okay, swim down the sand. But can someone check the hourglass a little bit so I can just drop in there? And then what? Drop through? Okay. Oh, there's a lot of resistance to unpack again. What am I doing here? Why am I here? Am I here to speak about how difficult it is right now to be here? Okay, wait a minute. This is my story. This is my life. This is my moment. I get to love what is. White dog, love, heart, loyalty, World Bridger. Moon of 4 or 5 musketeers. Red moon, yellow sun, blue monkey, white World Bridger. Tone 4. Giving form in the blue hand wave spell. Okay, let's start there. Let me start there. There's chewing gum in my hourglass. Awkward. Kuya, lila, biayakala. You can speak light language. And monkey. blue monkey. Let's play. Let's play with this moment. Here, present, 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 present. I'm overlapping the blue hand. The occult of the blue hand is the white wizard. The occult of the white dog is the blue monkey. Be receptive in your timelessness and receive. Yeah, all right, that opens up a beautiful field of playfulness, of love. Where do I find the voice? Where's the voice? Hello, voice. This is an audio podcast. Don't sit here and be quiet. But if I'm a white dog today, what am I supposed to say? I rest my head on your lap. I have a very warm body, very furry, and I got big brown eyes. I am a dog. I am loyal. I went on a little bit just now about self-love and love. I just don't feel it right now. I feel love. I feel self-love. I don't feel like talking about it, analyzing it. The moon is the analog friend today. Flow. I spoke yesterday. Flow, 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 flow. And my flow is asking itself whether I'm coming here now because of obligation. And the answer is coming from a voice that knows how to answer appropriately. It is not necessarily the voice that answers truthfully, but the appropriate answer is, and it is true, I love this process. I do. Coming here into this room and speaking is a way for me to connect with something that's very beautiful for me. I really love it. I really enjoy connecting with my own frequencies, connecting with the moment, timelessness, wizard, and letting flow what wants to flow, red moon, and the yellow sun in the antipode reminds me, it reminds me of something. And from the position of the dog, I look at the sun and I just want to lie there and be having that sun light me up and be warm, and it's beautiful. And when it's dark, I can howl at the moon. I am a human, so I am not a dog. Although today we are white dog. So the qualities of love, loyalty, heart, there's so much to say about that. And there's nothing I don't want to even touch on. I want to sing. I want to sing to us. I would like to share love. I would like to share the World Bridger. I love the World Bridger. I love the World Bridger. I love death. That sounds like a strange thing to say. But it's like, ever since I was like 13, just investigating the afterlife. I mean, life after life is not the same as death, in a way. So I just, it's just a warm and fuzzy place, this death thing in my mind. I feel like I've spoken about that a lot already. Tone force, giving form, measuring. How is the white dog? How is love? How is our heart? Measuring, giving form, forming our healing. We can also ask, how is it serving our healing? Even though it's not strictly speaking tone 3, but we don't have to strictly speak. We can play Blue Monkey. When it comes to Blue Monkey, we can always play. Lightness. Love can be so heavy and it can be so light. And it can be so beautiful in both extremes. The white wizard and the white dog are very connected. I spoke about it yesterday. And today we have the moon again here, this flow. The white wizard is the inner being, heart. If you're in the shadow of white wizard, or you want to use white wizard as the medicine, it has also a lot to do with healing the heart. These are words. I'm alrighty wanting to. I have what is happening here right now. Judgment. There's judgment. There's judgment, and there's fear of judgment. There's my own judgment. I'm sensing judgment, my own judgment. My fear of being judged causes me to judge me instead of just flowing. It is bugging up my flow. Oh, and is it ever? Oh my goodness, yeah. Um, I feel a tension in my neck. I feel my breath is not flowing freely. I'm frequently holding my breath in between words that I speak. And my judgment is directed towards the words I'm speaking and directed towards my awareness of there's a listener. I have to please my listener. I have to something. The blue monkey. Somehow I'm relating this judge, this inner judge, to the blue monkey. It's a very important ability as humans we have to self-reflect. Be interesting now to check out which of the dogs are guided by the mirror. I'm not going to do that now. The ability to self-reflect and to course correct. Today we have the, oh my goodness. Yes. Wait a minute. Yesterday, it doesn't matter yesterday. Today we have we have the yellow sun as the antipode and the red moon as the analog, the closest to the white dog, analog red moon, and the furthest away from the white dog. Incidentally, physically, the blue monkey is also really close because they follow in succession. Red moon followed by white dog followed by blue monkey. So they're anyway close. But if we don't look at the succession in the 20 seals circle, but we look at the kin, the particle, the analog is the most like itself kin, the red moon, and the antipode is the furthest away, maybe least like itself, but really, really essential. Or essential, the essential opposite, the yin to the yang type of thing. Yellow sun. And the yellow sun and the red moon, they share a kin, and that's the blue storm. It's antipode to red moon and analog to yellow sun. That's so elegant. And the blue storm, self-auto-generation, to be able to course correct myself, to be able to program myself, to self-code like the AI programs. The AI learns to become self-programming. To some of us, it's a scary thought. And so do we. So our ability to self-reflect is going to determine how we code ourselves. If I assume that all coding, all developing, moment by moment, we do that. We are anyway self-coding. The sun would perhaps represent how aware are we of that process. How conscious are we? How much in the light is that process happening? How much of it is in the dark, in the unconscious, we're being programmed? That's what it would feel like as a human, to be stuck, like you're not in the driver's seat. There's a perspective where we're not always in the driver's seat, or not at all. There's a perspective where we always are, whether we know it or not. there's none other but us controlling us and the programming and the code. Past, present, future is now, wizard timelessness. Then the ability to self-reflect is either way it's crucial. So if I'm going into judgment of myself, bugging up my flow, my monkey, depending on how I've already programmed myself, this judgment is now going to determine, is it a healthy judgment? Can I have some like self-awareness and realize what I'm doing is absolutely off? And then the next question is, according to whom and by whose standard? I mean, we all can look at aspects of ourselves and aspects of other people and things out there in the world that we think that thing, that person, that part of ourselves is completely off the, like, what would you, how does, you know, like, just off, leave it there. Like, they're off, they're not. They're like, like, I don't even want to make an example because next thing I'm like judgmental. I don't want to be come across as judgmental right now. But let's say someone sticks a moon symbol on their forehead, walks around the streets and is convinced that that's 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 going to make the dark night brighter. It's a photo of a moon. So we could look at that and think you're mistaken. It's just as dark around you if you take that photo off your forehead as it is if you stick it on there. To that person, they might perceive more darkness when they take that moon off. So, case in point, how, you know, that's illusion, not illusion, monkey business. You know, who's to say? I can only be in my, you know, echo chambers. I spoke about that yesterday. I'm my own echo chamber. Now I have this inner critic that has been formed, and I, for those of you who didn't listen to my Blue Hand clip, one of what I'm taking into this healing Blue Hand wave spell is my relationship with my inner critic. And I didn't even intentionally lead myself here, but here it is again. And I need that voice, in as much as we need that collectively also. Criticism is quite important. We need feedback. We need to know when we need that feedback. And how much love, can we criticize with love? Can I criticize myself with love? If I criticize myself with fear or from a place of fear, if fear and love are opposites in a way, and the way I treat myself is the way I will end up. Yeah, I had this beautiful conversation with a friend of mine the other day. Like, yeah, if I'm very hard on myself, I can very easily be very hard on people around me. If my expectations of myself are very high, they can be, wait, but I don't want to talk about expectations. But it's like perfectionist criticism, nothing's good enough. Then I can easily criticize the world that way. I can also, there's this distinction between being critical or judgment and discernment. Discernment is a very lovely word. And discernment, it's less loaded than judgment. Perhaps due to the many meanings of the word judgment. a discernment is a form of a judgment, but to discern is more neutral. I said that yesterday, that also part of my blue hand healing focus generally is a softer language, a more neutral language that allows me to accept and then to be discerning. I can discern between what I like and what I don't like. I can discern between what I accept or what I want and what I don't. I don't have to start a war with myself over things about me that I don't like. I can just discern that, don't like that. Let me find out what I can do about that. It's a much nicer, softer approach to me right now than going hard against something. And then to have the discernment in myself as well as in my environment, in the world I live in. Yeah, now I'm going back to the yellow human. What can I influence and what not? What need I influence and what not? What I don't need to love everything. If we're talking love, often I have spoken about this before, confusing, or like that we need to, there might be this thing of to love something doesn't mean loving and accepting. That's an interesting relationship. If I can love a person, if I love a person, do I accept everything about them? If I love myself, does it mean I accept everything about myself? And if I accept, does acceptance mean condonance? I think I spoke about this before also, that we can often confuse. I can't accept that when we actually mean I just can't condone it. It can be very helpful to accept what is, instead of the non-acceptance often brings in levels of resistance that, once again, I spoke about yesterday, disturb the flow. Acceptance allows a flow, and it still allows change. I don't condone. I accept that it is that way. I accept that whatever. But it doesn't mean I condone it. And if I don't condone it, it would automatically mean something should change about it. It should be changed, but I can still... I can think of some examples where this doesn't hold, but self-acceptance. I'm reminded of Matt Kahn's Loving What Arises. Loving what arises. I can't quote him. Right now, part of me is like going, no way. And that's quite funny, because usually I'm like, yeah, of course, loving what arises. So who the fuck in there is saying no way right now? Duality, polarity, complementary relationship. I can form a complementary relationship with a naysayer inside me. And neither of us have to be right. Both of us can be wrong. Both of us can be coexisting harmoniously. I can listen. I am anyway both, right? So I can take the one position, listen to what the other one is saying. Then I can take the other one's position, listen to what this one is saying. I am saying in this position. And I can have quite a nice dialogue with myself. And have this complementary relationship between my own polarities. And a complementary relationship. If I don't want to use the word love here, because maybe too strong, loyalty, compassion. Compassion is always a good one. We complement each other. I was just thinking two parties at war with each other also have a relationship. They're in a relationship with each other, even though it's a fight. And if I'm fighting within myself, chances are, I mean, what resolution am I hoping for? One part of me is trying to annihilate or hurt or talk badly to, fight, insult. I mean, these things happen inside of us. A part of me insults another part of me. Stupid idiot. Forming a complementary relationship with a stupid idiot in there could be complementary, could be beneficial. Of course, from this position, it's like, no, you're an idiot. What? It's no complimentary, nothing. Fuck off. Don't want you here. Go away. If it's a part of me, it's kind of tricky. I've for the longest time tried to form complementary relationships with all kinds of shit, really seriously, and I realized at some point, like, hold on. I'm trying something else lately where it's like, I can love you, but go away, please. Not parts of me, but certain interfering thoughts, interfering frequencies. Sometimes they pop up in like the really worst moment. And it's like, what are you doing here? Go away. I'm very much enjoying my these new kinds of relationships with whatever. And when I'm sending something away, I'm not engaging. So for that moment, at least, I'm not having a relationship with that interference. Like, let's say a fear shows up or a thought or whatever, and I'm like, even in the most awkward moment, I could be like, oh, who are you? What are you saying to me? What's your message? Should I be listening to you? And in the meantime, life is happening. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's like I'm learning to not always push it off, because sometimes it has a message, but not always. There are definitely moments where, no. Like, a simple example, when I enjoy food, I don't want to think about the food, the calories. I mean, I'm just fortunate I don't do that, but just enjoy the food. If I want to be mindful of, like, if calorie count or health issues or anything like that matters, I should have thought about that before. Those are things I should clear out with the flow, with the intuition, with can I eat, what can't I eat, whatever. But while I'm having that piece of cake, I'm bloody hell gonna enjoy that piece of cake, no matter how much cream and butter is in that. Because if I'm eating that, the thoughts I think while I'm eating that, I'm also eating those. I don't know if that's a good idea. If I'm then thinking, where's this next bite landing, on what hip and on what thigh and on what wherever. Not fun. Not loving. Not fun. Anyway, each to their own. Letting go. Tone 4. In healing. Okay, here we go. That was a long run up. If we're healing and we've got love here, we gotta also let go. And sometimes we have to let go of things we love because they're gone. Or we have to let go of the broken heart because the heartbreak happened. If we keep it going, we keep it happening. Easier said than done, I know, but theorizing it slightly. But White World Bridger on the white dog, in the healing wave spell, in the accomplishing healing, also doing. It's not just healing, doing, accomplishing. Blue hand. Everything or anything we do, if we're building something, if we're making something, there comes a point where we got to stop it. It's done. It's finished. You don't keep on cooking the meal and cooking it and cooking it and cooking it and cooking it. At some point it's finished and you eat it. And you let it go. In those cases it's so natural. We don't think about, oh, I shouldn't eat this food, it's so gorgeous, I just want to keep it now. Because we know, no matter what, it spoils if we don't eat it. We're going to have another good meal some other day or later on or whatever. When it comes to love and heartbreak, for example, we often have this funny idea that like this isn't coming back. This was the one and only. This was so special. Da 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 da. Where do we get that from? Who taught us that? What paradigm is that a part of? I mean, we can grieve, respect. I am all for grieving. Grieving is grief, flow. If we don't grieve properly, we're blocking the flow. We're blocking the pipes. No, man, grieving. You gotta grieve. Make it your business to know how to grieve. We have to, like, in the Western world, I find we have a really poor relationship with grief. Really poor relationship with grief. As such, it's like, but when we grieve properly, it clears the pipes. It lets it's the flow. The feelings, it cleans this system. Grieve properly and then it can heal. It's like flushing a wound. Clean it, flush it, and let it heal properly. It can heal clean. And then the tissue is stronger, most of it. Yeah. So our hearts are the same. They can grow stronger from, I can't even say this sentence, but they can. And like, because there's resilience. If love is not resilient, if we don't become resilient, not hard-hearted, not closed-hearted, not I will not love like that again, that isn't flow. That is, or blocking the flow. The flow says flow, love, be free, love again and again and again and again. And I would teach every child, if I had to teach, but like impart to children already, like, yeah, you can fall in love in your life. Okay, maybe this comes from many times. If there's a sentence, Tatiana, many times. And before you settle, you may have many loves, and you can have your heart broken many times. It starts in childhood. Heartbreak definitely starts in childhood, and it ought to, I guess, so that we can learn. And we children, it can break their bones and bruise their bodies, and they mend easily because they're still easier, flexible. Same with heartbreak. It's as severe in childhood. Oh my goodness, children's heartbreaks they're intense, and very often the adult world hardly notices. At least that's the world I grew up in, anyway. But to know that not to enter love with the expectation this has got not to last and to be forever and to be this and to be that. No, it's here now. Enjoy it. Like a good meal. If it's here tomorrow, great. If it's there the day after, great. Enjoy it. It won't always be there. That's the percentage of it not always being there is much higher. So I think we'd be better equipped to understand, yeah, that's going to hurt. Sometimes that hurts. But that hurt passes, like any physical pain passes. Live it, heal it, flush it, cry, let the tears flow, and then get over it whenever, however long it takes. That's healing. That's being. That's a healthy, the way we deal with our emotions. I spoke about emotional hygiene, mental hygiene yesterday. It's really important for the flow of love and healing in a self-existing tone. When love is, what is that? Wait. World Bridger, can you help me bridge this love on tone 4, measure, define, form, define, love, and the position of definition in the wave spell of, if the monkey there, what am I seeing? I'm seeing, what do I want to say? And how does it relate? When we, to the degree, oh, sorry, please excuse me, I'm sorry. The wizard and the occult position of the blue hand, this inner space, the connection to the divine, which is always an inner connection. There's no other connection but inner connection. There are no other connections but inner connections. Any connection is an inner connection. What outer connection is there? Yeah, I can touch something, but that's something, let me go quantum again. There's no out there. Whatever I have a relationship with, I have it inside. It's in my, it's how I feel. It's an inner thing. It's not a physical, I can't show you my relationship. I can't show you my connections. They are not visible, so they are within me. The meaning things have for me is within me. So when that's the heart within me is in its healthy place, let's put it that way. Oh, that feels really awkward to say like that, but then my actions are in alignment with my heart, with my love, with my inner being. They're a service to life. Yellow sun on the dog. And I'm not wanting to make any distinction, serving self, serving other. It's the same. You can't, if you're serving others and it's hurting you, when you're doing that, you're really not doing a service to others if you're hurting yourself. Because that hurt to yourself is causing a greater hurt in the field. It's not, no, that's not. If we're serving ourselves in an egotistical manner, then our heart is really very, anyway, probably quite broken. I mean, then we're not in alignment. Being in alignment, wizard, is in alignment with the divine, is in alignment with something higher. I mean, oh God, I'm preaching to the choir, like, how's this practical? What is the point? What is the point? I mean, I'm not lecturing to, like, what am I doing? What am I saying to myself? What's the point for me in my healing? Okay, let's go back home. If I'm, okay, I'm dealing with the inner critic, I'm dealing in alignment with myself and my heart, if I'm in my love. If I'm in this love space, and it's now, this time, I can always, I mean, it's very easy to go back and define myself in the past. I can easily define myself based on who I've been, like the collective of who I've been. I can limit it to this lifetime, but that's who I am. But that's not who I can also change that definition. If tone 4 is defining, and I define myself in this space just based on, I define the love that I feel, that open, free space in which my monkey can play, my universal water, anything can flow. I'm in that space right now. That's what I love coming here at this podcast. Yeah, I notice immediately when I'm out of alignment. Sometimes I get a little bit lost in analytical thoughts. Eventually I notice that I don't like that very much when I'm too much in there. When I listen back, sometimes I go too deep in there. I'm like, oh, boring. Like, what are you doing? But when I'm in this space, like, when I hit it, and I'm in it quite often, I really enjoy it. Even when I listen to it, it's like, puts me right back in there. And that is very healing for me. It's a very beautiful, healing, lovely space. I have access to everything in the now that I want to have access to. And that's just inside me. It's like, I don't need anything. It's just, I'm so content. I'm purring like a cat. There's nothing I need at all. Okay, eventually my stomach, like I went there, it's like, yeah, oh, food. Of course, there's the outer world, but each moment I am this field of love. And I'll admit to you, I kick myself out of that regularly, and I really want to work with that. Can I stay here? How can I stay here without becoming rigid? I have to force myself to stay loving, and no, doesn't work. But if I want to heal something, if I want to flow in and out, notice when I'm out, and notice this critic and what it does to me, it's okay to have, it feels very different when it comes with love. And double checks in, what are you doing? And I notice it myself when I say that, what are you doing? It's like it's a total different energy. I can check myself with a very different energy than when this critic comes, like with fear. What are you doing? Are you out there on a limb? Are you waffling? Are you talking crap? What is somebody going to think listening to you? Why are you, I can't, right now I'm not in that space, but I can remember blue moon, red moon, remembrance. I can't remember that critic. For some reason the critic is yellow. Probably a yellow human. I don't know, fuck. No, it's because I had a really intense connection with it on the yellow star harmony. It just throws me out of harmony. It's an aspect of me not really being in harmony with myself. And when I'm in harmony with myself, the white dog is at ease. Love flows. Monkey plays. Love plays. Monkey, moon, dog. I play my life. Life plays. Sun, life, universal fire, enlightened. Life, I play consciously. I'm conscious of being love, living love, flowing. I'm currently at this moment, I'm very conscious of it. And it's a very delicious space to be in. And there's no thinking of, I'm not even thinking of you listening. It's a very distant horizon, like, yeah, someone will listen. And as I'm speaking of it now, I'm starting to leave that space and venturing out there, and I'm leaving this space. I don't want to. For me, I'm here because this is what I enjoy. It doesn't matter who you listen to this. After 10 minutes, you're like, okay, next, it's fine. Like, what does it matter to me? It makes no difference to me. Nobody, like, it's not, it, it makes no difference. If it's good for someone, great. Then you, who it's good for, have created this, and thank you. Self-existing eagle in my life for having encouraged me to come here and do this. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. So, how, how do we be in that space? What does it take to be in that space? And I don't have this space is free. Love is free. The best things in life are free. This is free. If we can't find our way there, because buggers like inner critics and judgment and the illusions of the blue monkey, the misaligned inner child, or God knows what, it can really bug us up. Like, we need debugging. We need debugging from our illusions. We need to debug ourselves. But who can debug us? If we're bugged, can we oh no, I'm laughing because I actually mean to debunk. We debunk our own illusions, yeah? But who can do that? Like, someone from outside? We need a lot of trust to trust, like, who do we trust to not judge us, but to be discerning to really see, like for me, I find that that's a really important discernment to make. Whose criticism can I really embrace, and whose voice do I listen to? Now, of course, we listen to criticism and then we discern. But when we've got a wound somewhere, or like harshness inside, harsh inner critic, whatever, then a well-meant criticism coming from outside may really trigger a very reactive, a reactive mode, and then we can't actually even see that it's meant well, or that that other person maybe also just having, like, throwing something at us that's not a valuable criticism, because whatever, it's a big field, so you know what I mean. And we can't walk around trying to change the world. Stop criticizing me, be different, you do it. No, it's all about me. It's all about us. And from that place of love, I'm thinking of the occasional struggle some of us have with life purpose, or life purpose is big. Now purpose. Like, what's my purpose? Well, what's my purpose for living, full stop? And not life purpose, what am I supposed to do? But why am I here? What am I, that is, I think we need an answer for that. For some, it's like a no-brainer. They don't need the question. They don't have the question. They don't need the answer. For some of us, it's a struggle. It's an issue. And when life stops making sense, when it's not fulfilling, when we don't fulfill ourselves, when we can't fulfill ourselves, and we fulfill ourselves through love, then what we do, Blue Hand, is fulfilling. Healing is fulfillment, and we're in alignment. Our actions are in accordance with our heart, our thoughts in accordance with heart. Coherence, I'm back there, bingo, my favorite word, my favorite concept. Coherence. Then what we do comes natural, it flows. There are no blocks. I don't want to say abundance, but like what we need in order to be who we are on this planet comes. It's an exchange, because we're here. It's all that kind of an exchange. And then we have the intuition and the wherewithal to know where to move to, intuition. The self-existing tone, for me, I like it for only one reason, because I don't know if I like it for a few reasons, but I had it knocked on the back of my head earlier while I was speaking. The sun is around today, on tone 4, self-existing sun. I'm not going there. I'm a magnetic sun, so in my wave spell, the night is self-existing, intuition. To me, that's a no-brainer. I never in my life had had issues with intuition. I don't even think, it's not even conscious. It's self-existing. I don't have to think about it. It just exists by itself. My intuition exists by itself. Because that's how life works. That's just the basics. The only time it doesn't work like that is when we, humans, with our ability to distort our fields, can't hear it, or can't, like, oh, no, I can't move. The animals, when the disaster comes, their intuition tells them, go up the mountain, leave here, tsunami is coming, yeah? A classical case in point. They know, and if they're free to act, they go. They follow that instinct. They don't start arguing with it. Oh no, but I ought to stay here because this is where my food is. This is where my owner lives. I better stay here. Like, I gotta be loyal to my owner. I don't know if a dog would do that, or if a dog has the instinct, tsunami is coming, I'm saving my life. Poof, forget about you, owner. Maybe it'll come and tear on your pants and like, come. I don't know. But we don't have that. But it's a natural part of life. It's self-existing to life, sun, life wave spell, yeah, life, universal fire. Here, to the blue hand, love is self-existing. It's a part of life. It's a no-brainer. Without love, don't do anything. If you don't love it, don't do it, because you're going to put your energy of resentment, if you're not loving what you're doing, into it. Why is the Western world in such a mess? Because for generations, I mean many reasons, but for generations, we've been doing shit we hate. We're fucking locked in relationships with partners we start hating, resenting. We haven't a clue on how to be in long-term relationships. It's like been a disaster. A disaster. We're locked into jobs we don't like. We go to parties we don't like. We blah, 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 blah. So much resistance, so much like non-love around. So much of it. It's like a virus that gets infected into the children. It's been going on like this for decades, like generations. Like, we got to get out of that. Get out of that. Go into love, like flow. And we're doing that, and it's changing the world. It really is. It's causing a lot of friction for that old world, because like it's causing it to tumble. But love comes with compassion. So we gotta remember that. We have to. It's not optional. It's not optional. It's self-existing dog. Can I reiterate? We gotta let it go. Death is leading us today. What does that mean? World bridger. It's not just dying. It's bridging worlds. Love bridges worlds. Compassion bridges worlds. It creates opportunities. Complementary relationships. We do polarize the star or lunar position in this wave spell. It stabilizes. Our polarity stabilizes. So love and no love. Okay, let's form a complementary relationship this way and that way. Let's just be who we are, and it's fine. Let everybody be who they are, and we can try to form a complementary relationship with them. If they don't want to, let them go. Well, Bridger, bye-bye. Dog also stands for this Companions of Destiny. I'm quoting this from, is it Ariel Spilsbury? Or like that. It gets quoted in a lot of these sites and apps that quote. So I'm quoting the quoter who quotes the original, and I'm not sure who the original is. I apologize. Companions of Destiny. Attract your companions of destiny. Love is an attractive force. Love gets you to be with the people who want to be with you. A friend of mine used to say, if you're not true to yourself, if you're not in alignment with yourself, your intuition cannot lead you to the places on this planet, to the places in your city, in the right point in time, to make you be at the right place and time, where you're going to meet the people, the opportunities that want you, that are looking for you or waiting for you, because you're not in alignment with yourself. Intuition doesn't work. Love, the flow doesn't work. Boom, boom. And there you have it. Then we're struggling. And then the head comes in, oh, but you got to make a living. You don't know what you love. You can't do what you love. Do the next best thing, even if you hate it. But you got to have an income. You got to pay your rent. Da, 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 da. You can't live where you want to live because you can only afford this, because you're only doing this. We're going to change. We change this alignment. Healing. Love. It starts inside. Love, 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 love. Seek love, 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 love. I don't know. That's my answer to this riddle of life. Be love. Or be conscious where you're not. Bring light to love. Flow. Notice where you can't flow. And then come unstuck. Talk about it. Whatever. Do whatever, the blue hand. Connect with it. What's your healing? What's mine is not yours. I can just share what's mine. But we will attract each other, and then we can give each other a hand in something we may need. Share love. We can form complementary relationships, you know what I mean? That's what we're here for, aren't we? Are we here to wage war? Maybe some are. Let them. Maybe you are. Go for it. It's also maybe a complementary relationship. Did I say earlier a fight isn't a complementary relationship? Well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's complementary. I don't know. What do I know about that? So let it be. World Bridger. It's an opportunity for them. We don't have to think about them. Each have their own fight. Yeah. And it's tricky. It's easy to, there are some people who are really in alignment with themselves. It's their calling to be activists in some form. It really is there. It's their passion and their call, and they're out there. They're doing it. The ones I see that are doing it, they do it with love. They do it with kindness. They do it with a vision for something. They do it. My image ran out. I'm repeating. They do it. They have a vision for something they love. They do it with love. They are out there moving forward with da 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 da. They for what I see, they feel to me very aligned. They're calm. They can speak their point. They can be really very much in public eye. And okay, now I've said enough about that. I lost my train of thought there. I don't know where it's coming from, but something I was passionate about: healing, 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 healing. So, am I gonna weave this finished now? Alignment, world bridger, opportunity, white dog in the blue hand wave spell, healing our duality, uniting with ourselves. Well, yeah, last but not maybe least, unity, magnetic blue hand, unity, unify, attract purpose. And when we're in alignment with ourselves, our purpose, we attract our purpose. It's just like it's all there naturally. That's life. I'm going back to that. Then life actually becomes really natural. It becomes a flow and becomes easy. It's not always free from obstacles or whatever, but life itself then, without the obstacles, yeah, life is easy without obstacles, Tatjana, duh. Have I just sunk myself? Oh, I don't know. I think I've made my point, which may have been no point at all. I gotta listen to this. I think I made a wonderful point for myself. Not that I'm praising myself, but there was a moment where I really felt it. Like, yeah, healing of alignment, self-existing love. That I called it a no-brainer. It's not the no-brainer, but it's like it's self-existing. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be no effort. It's like that's where it belongs. That's where it's just like no. I don't know. I can't find the words. I can't find the words. Yeah, I'm gonna close this off now because otherwise I'm gonna start on another spin here, and I shouldn't. So I wish us a. That's what I wish us. Yeah. Hello. Can you bring some words into this? No. Telepathy. Let's just close your ears, open your heart for a minute. And this is what I wish us. Here it comes, transmission. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you if you made it to here. You rock.